Good morning. Mike here, back in the old shed workshop. Today I'm going to do another upgrade to my Host Cascade truck camper. I'm going to do a pass-through in the storage compartment where the outdoor shower is. I want to be able to run my propane gas line for my grill off the factory-installed gas tap that's located inside that compartment. Up until now, in order to be able to do that, I have to leave the compartment door open. So by putting in a pass-through, I'll be able to use the gas line for my propane gas grill and a coax cable for cable TV without having to leave the compartment door open. The first thing I'd like to do is show you the pieces and parts that I use to do this project. I'll also include some photos up above with the stock numbers of the pieces and parts that I purchased locally at Home Depot. So let me get right to showing you the pieces and parts I used for this project. I should add that this is a pass-through idea that I got from my friend Kevin Linton. This is just my take on how I went about doing a similar pass-through. This is 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC with pipe on this end and threaded on this end. You need two of those. I'm going to put a photo of the stock numbers up above. Also, a 1.5-inch cap to cover this. That's going to be your cover inside. I will tell you that inside, you may be able to see this. There's a ridge in there. I had to take a Dremel and go around this with a little sanding disc to open this up a little bit so that this could slide on there easily. And that'll be the cover. This is a pipe nipple. I chose galvanized. This is 1-inch pipe. This is called a 1-inch by close nipple. These two rubber pieces are actually grommets. I got these at Tractor Supply. I'll put a photo up above that shows the stock numbers for these, easily obtainable at Tractor Supply. The idea is I'm going to drill a hole 1.5 inches to accommodate the 1-inch pipe nipple in the floor of the compartment. The pipe nipple is going to go into this connector, go through the floor. The second grommet will go on the top. The second PVC fitting will screw on, and then the cap will go on to finish it. So let's get out to the camper and I'll show you how I did it. This is the compartment on the 2021 Host Cascade, which can be used for a generator. I don't have a generator. I use it for hoses, my electrical cable. This is the factory tap for a propane grill. This is the factory plug point for a coaxial cable for your TV, or one is available for satellite. This is where I want to put the pass-through. You can see whether it's the coax or the gas line, I have to leave the door open. I'd like to be able to close the compartment door while I'm using either one. So this is where the pass-through is going to go, right through the floor of this compartment. This is underneath the compartment where I want to drill a hole. You may notice over here is a Fernco pipe connector. I extended the gray water drain out 8 inches with a Fernco connector on each side, just to make it easier to get to the connector. Before this, I had to get down on my knees and reach way in here to be able to connect my sewer hose. So now by extending it out approximately 8 inches, I'm able to just reach down here and connect my sewer hose. I've also added a Velterra additional valve. When you drain your gray water and you put the cap back on, you'll notice that next time you take this cap off, you have some gray water comes out that's in the line and comes down as you're traveling. So by putting this valve in, I shut my gray water, I close this valve, now I take the cap off, and when I connect my sewer hose the next time, there's no gray water coming out because I got a valve here. Now I want to decide where I want to drill a hole. I can't drill a hole on that side of the compartment because this is the pull cable for the gray water discharge. So I don't want to interfere with that. I don't want to interfere with this valve. I want to drill a hole somewhere approximately here This isn't really a big deal. When you're using the propane grill and your gas line comes down through here, it's not interfering with anything else you have going on down here, because you're not going to be pulling the valve while you're using your gas grill, and you can always just disconnect the gas line. So I've determined that I want to be a little bit back from this valve, and I'm going to drill my hole approximately here. And I want to drill the hole from the bottom up as a starter hole, so I know exactly where I want to drill with the hole saw coming down from inside the compartment. I have my pilot hole drilled, so now I know that I'm clear to drill my 1.5-inch hole with my hole saw, and I'm not going to hit anything underneath. Oh, this is very uncomfortable. Ah. Here's the pass-through all installed. I ran into one little issue. When I drilled through the floor of this compartment is thicker than I thought it was. So the 1-inch by close nipple didn't give me enough room to put this other grommet on the top as another gasket. If you think about it, I have the grommet on the bottom, so that gives me my seal to the weather. And here's the gas line down through. I take the gas line out, you put your cap on, and that's it. All done. I hope this helps some guys out there trying to figure out how to use their gas line without having to leave their compartment door open. And we'll see you on the next one.